Hello, good evening, welcome to our front tonight on our front, a two-pronged conversation. First and foremost, we'll be getting you in the views of distinguished lawyers on the President's directive to the public procurement head to step aside whilst investigations continue. Already, the two institutions that are supposed to commence investigations, the CHRAJ and also the institution by the name of the Special Prosecutor's Office, have actually written to the gentleman at the center of this, that is AB, who is the head of the Public Procurement Authority. We'll be getting you the latest on that, do some analysis for you. But not long ago, in a matter of some minutes from now, former President John Dramani Mahama has also been speaking out on the recent financial crisis. I'm sure you know that some banks, savings and loans companies being the recent one, microcredit, microfinance institutions have equally gone under. That particular conversation will be happening here. And my guest today, who is seeking to elucidate what the former president is saying and the solutions the former president is proposing, is the former governor of the Bank of Ghana himself, consistently been accused of being behind or perhaps being the one who spearheaded the massive actions that led to the shutdown of these institutions on our front tonight. So many of those are the issues we'll be dealing with you together for this particular day's show of Upfront. After the break, we'll commence our conversation. You're welcome back to Upfront. My name is Raymond Aqua, and tonight's first conversation we are having is the directive of the President to the Public Procurement Authority CEO, who's been fingered in an investigation by Manasseh Azuye-Awone that clearly dictates some level of conflict of interest and dealings that goes against the laws of this republic. This is what the President has directed ought to be done immediately. The President wants the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice to probe the conflict of interest section of the man's dealings, and also the Office of Special Prosecutor to deal with the alleged corruption elements of the man's ruling. On the phone now is distinguished lawyer John Ndebugri to help us appreciate what the exercise of this power by the President mean and what it means for fighting corruption in this country. You're welcome, sir, to our front.
Thank you, Raymond.
First, the directive to CHRAJ and to the Office of Special Prosecutors to deal first with the corruption element, that is for the Special Prosecutor, and also the conflict of interest element for the CHRAJ. Are these steps in the right direction?
Well, as a matter of a start, one may say so. But you see, watching the documentary, one gets the impression that this chief executive or suspended chief executive was not acting alone. In fact, it seems to be a web. And he says somewhere, the general manager of the company, that Talent Discovery Limited or something, I thought I heard him say that the payments they collect from the sale of the contract, they use to grease palms all the way to the top. That is a very loaded statement that he made, all the way to the source of the contract, or the sources of the contract. So merely suspending the chief executive, I wonder whether we are going to go far enough.
Okay, so what were you expecting from exactly what the President dictated? A directive that goes beyond the actions of the chief executive specifically?
Well, as I've said, as started, one may say that he has taken the right step. It is now incumbent upon, especially the Office of the Special Prosecutor, to make sure that all information is on earth, right from the offices of that Talent Discovery Limited to the sources of the contract. Not just the contracts that Manasseh has typed on, but all contracts that have been awarded within a certain period. So that, people who are complicit are punished severely so that we can curb this kind of sleaze that is going on.
Well, I guess we can leave it here, and I appreciate your thoughts on this one. Thank you so much, sir.
It's a pleasure.
And you heard there Johnny Debugui, who is a lawyer and has been in this country for a very long time, understand the legal process. We sought to find out. He wants that particular investigation extended beyond the man, Ajenim Eje, who's at the center of it, and this particular contract for sale investigations that fingered him in many wrongdoings in his office as Public Procurement Authority head. And already we know that Martin Amido has written to him. CHRAJ is also written to him. Martin Amido is demanding a meeting next week immediately. Bye.